Waiting a long time. Wootton.
Sullivan. Borkovich chasing this ball down. Chance here for the Bucks. Wootton heads it in, and we are equalized.
Here. It's Borkovich who looks ahead. He gets one glimpse up, and he sees that Wootton is ahead of his man on this back.
Wootton scores.
Ohio State breaks through, and you see the reaction as the entire bench heads the corner flag. Took a couple of shots, but the Buckeyes are on the board with 7.5 minutes left to play.
Well, it's just getting men open in the middle.
When your keeper slips with the ball right in front of him, that is one of the last sights you want to see. Wootton with some nifty hook.
The rock. Velios clean on the tackle. Look at Wootton.
Able to convert, though. Ohio State avoids
The win. Taken away by Wootton. Wootton drops it. Has been good. This is Wootton. Gets it over to Pacoda. Now Wootton has made himself available. Wootton, perfect ball in. Velios. Wootton. Look at the top out. You know the band is starting to crank in Bloomington for semifinal number 2. Wootton will drop it. Grinstead was part of the equalizer. Far post for Cisse. Wootton sends it up the line to Roberts. Dean Linke with you, Jeff Sermon and our outstanding Big Ten Network crew.
It's 9-10 minutes. I think Coach Damon Rensing would like to see him be a little bit more tight.
a couple of nice passes connected.
The Buckeyes, again, we've talked the first 6-7 minutes, getting sustained pressure and having that possession in Michigan State's half of the field.
50 years back in 2018, haven't quite been able to replicate that success in the last few. But certainly has done an excellent job. Cross swung in, headed away.
Really does come down to that old cliche of belief in the final 18, making sure that when you get those opportunities, you're doing your best to put the...
But couldn't make anything out of it.
Pacoda to Roberts, who just checked into the game. The captain, Wootton, takes a couple touches for the Maryland Terrapins. On the other side of things, it was Andre Roberts checking in. Thiessen sends it in, and it's flicked away by Sullivan. Beautiful flick by Wootton.
Some pretty passing for the Buckeyes. Able to push it out in
this second half. Ohio State had the 10-3 edge in the first. Buckeyes, though, here with a nice possession.
Left-footed shot that is simply a stat pattern for Norris.
Wootton crossed.
Williams, Wootton.
Right there was trying to keep it in for Ohio State and was able to deflect it off an Aggie and give Andre Roberts the throw-in. Teasing it right before the trip east for UC Davis. Definitely a long trek here to Columbus, Ohio.
Laurence, we're going to have somebody just following Wootton around, but sometimes he'll sneak over in some cheeky spots and
points in conference play from the postseason Big Ten tournament, which starts on Thursday.
They drew with
2023, and he's a guy that can be relied on heavily in that midfield for Neil Jones' squad.
Key ball on the far side to Velios. able to stay in. This play has not gotten away yet from the Buckeyes.
You shouldn't really have to, though.
Ohio State trying to just create another counter. And it might start with Samways.
His 13th match of action here today is yet to break through for a goal or assist. However, the Buckeyes having no problems doing that here through the first.
Out of the Louisville press. I haven't seen too many true chances from Ohio State quite yet.
Thing for college soccer.
Rutgers also getting going on Big Ten Plus. They're taking on St. Peter's.
It has been Xavier, but this second half for both sides is very much what we saw in the first 45.
Samways, one of the Ohio State captains, another 3-year starter. He's been integral to this team.
This Louisville defense. Wootton had the ball. Samways back to Wootton. How did
back to him, chipping over the goalkeeper, but still a good opportunity for him. And Trejo's first play ended up paying off.
Coach.
Yeah, they've been very solid defensively.
They dropped a few in the second half. You see some of the players who weren't wearing sleeves in the first half.
He's able to stop the advantage. McDonald, a nutmeg and a check from Wootton. No whistle.
And Norris in retreat mode, but Butler had it covered.
Common conference play. Now here could be an opportunity in transition. Spadafora doesn't have a lot of help. Quickly collapsing is the Ohio State defense.
Didn't seem like they felt that pressure, though. Bruletti wins it right back. Mercer tried to stay on side, couldn't do it. Magnuson
is going to be back, and so there's going to be some new life next year for this Buckeyes back line.
I mean, these guys were two big starters for this team last year.
Stuart Baines with a nice turn on Samways. He's going down the near.
Shakes will quickly roll it out. Penn State going to give it a go here. See if they can't finish it in regulation and get you on to Bloomington.
Magnuson went between several lines of the Rutgers midfield and the back line. Haven't seen too much of that from Ohio State, playing those balls between the line.
Couldn't find it for a second, but able to keep it in front of him. You'll take it, though. Now we'll throw it to Bruletti. Michigan State trying to get down in a hurry.
Number 14 for the Buckeyes is just doing it himself. Andre Roberts, what a run.
And Roberts definitely tried to do it himself. And this is where Ohio State's really just going to have to do exactly what they want to do. And Grinstead trying to get to the middle for Wootton. Back to Roberts. Little kick in for a.
And that other chance that he had that ended up being.
And 4 of the 5 this season in the last few games shows that the team has progressed.
Offensively, only 19 scores so far, but they had 3 versus Navy, so maybe picking it up late in the season.
Wootton steals the ball away on the far touchline from Maryland.
Clark cocked it back. He's not trying to really timber his legs up with somebody else. These seasons go. These teams, of course, have the preseason. They have their offseason. But the solo offseason work definitely plays a factor in.
1-0 Terrapins. Here comes Nitzel. Nitzel tries to find an on-running Terrapin, but Laurence Wootton.
between these two. McManus stops that ball on a dime. Works through to Georgalides in between the
way they've been able to play and match up even in losses against Wisconsin, Indiana.
Danielson, a recent check-in for the Nittany Lions, who got some contact on it, but you can already see that some of the midfielders on both sides here, they're playing more that nitty, trying to find a way to move forward. It's going to go all the way around. It seems like it's between Mangione and a mixture of Van Danielson. And
a couple of wins in Big Ten play and a good run through the conference can change the story of the season. And here's Laurence Wootton.
Crockford and Max Trejo to see what do they do. Do they pry it and punch it free?
Penn State corner. Over the head of Avadesu from Grabfelder.
Lofting, Georgalides headed out nicely.
Well has really gone for him. He's really loved it.
Right in front, Howe